Have you ever wondered how someone can go from being virtually unknown to becoming one of the most recognizable faces on social media? Millions of people have seen her photos. Millions more have heard her name. Yet behind the glamorous images and worldwide attention lies a story that many people have never heard. A story about ambition, a story about persistence, and a story about turning criticism into opportunity. This is the fascinating journey of Anastasia Kvitko. Long before she became famous, Anastasia lived a relatively ordinary life in Russia. Like many young girls, she had dreams about achieving something bigger. She was active, energetic, and interested in sports from an early age. Those who knew her often described her as determined and confident. But at the time, nobody could have imagined that she would one day become a global internet sensation. As she grew older, Anastasia became interested in modeling. Like countless aspiring models around the world, she hoped to build a successful career in the fashion industry. However, her path would not be easy. The modeling world has always been known for its strict standards and expectations. Agencies often look for very specific appearances, measurements, and styles. Many talented individuals struggle to fit into those requirements. Anastasia quickly discovered that success in traditional modeling was far more complicated than she had expected. Instead of receiving immediate opportunities, she faced obstacles and skepticism. Some people believed she did not match the conventional image that many agencies preferred. For many aspiring models, this kind of rejection would have been enough to make them quit. But Anastasia was not ready to give up on her ambitions. Rather than allowing criticism to define her future, she began searching for another way forward. And that alternative path appeared at exactly the right moment. The world was changing. Social media platforms were transforming how people became famous. For the first time in history, individuals no longer needed television networks, magazine editors, or modeling agencies to build an audience. All they needed was a smartphone, an internet connection, and content that people wanted to see. Anastasia recognized this opportunity. She started sharing photographs online and gradually began building a presence on social media. At first, her audience was small. But something unexpected started happening. More people began discovering her content. More people started sharing her photos. More people became curious about who she was. What began as a modest online presence soon evolved into something much larger. Her follower count continued growing. Thousands turned into hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands turned into millions. As her popularity expanded, so did public interest in her life. People wanted to know everything. Who was Anastasia Kvitko? Where did she come from? How did she become so famous? What made her different from countless other influencers competing for attention online? The curiosity surrounding her story only increased her visibility. With every new post, more people discovered her. With every viral image, her influence expanded further. Soon, she had achieved something remarkable. She had built a direct connection with millions of followers around the world. This audience gave her a level of influence that many traditional models could only dream of achieving. But fame rarely comes without challenges. As Anastasia's popularity increased, so did public scrutiny. People began discussing every aspect of her appearance, career, and personal brand. Supporters admired her confidence and determination. They viewed her as someone who had refused to let others define her future. Critics, on the other hand, questioned various aspects of her public image. Debates about her appearance became common across social media platforms and online forums. Articles were written, videos were created, discussions spread across the internet. Yet despite all the attention, both positive and negative, Anastasia continued moving forward. In many ways, the constant discussion surrounding her only increased her visibility. People remained interested, and in the world of social media, attention is often one of the most valuable assets a person can have. As years passed, Anastasia demonstrated that she understood something many internet personalities never fully grasp. True success online is not simply about gaining followers. It's about building a recognizable personal brand. Anyone can experience a viral moment. Anyone can attract temporary attention. But maintaining relevance year after year requires something much more difficult. It requires consistency. It requires strategy. And it requires understanding what makes people continue paying attention. Anastasia managed to create an image that millions of people instantly recognize.